Kobe, you know what you have to stop doing?
What's that, Barry?
You have to stop eating waffles in the bed. Because that's how you get ants. I don't know if he eats waffles.
I do not eat anything in my bed ever. It's a food-free zone.
That's sleeping only. That's why it's funny. That's why I don't have a TV in my room.
I don't have a TV in my room either.
Yeah. It helps you go to sleep faster.
Yes, because I sit in the living room and I'm like, I'm so tired, but the TV, I'll search for another movie to keep awake. But yeah, and I would do the same thing in the bedroom. Yeah. So it's just if there's not one, bedroom's for sleeping.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Kobe.
And this is Who Watches This.
Theme music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the last movie of Christmas month.
Happy Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho's, everybody.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
But before we tell you what movie we're doing today, I gotta do our little rhyme trailers for you guys. This one, all right. Who knew Santa liked a chaturanga? Noelle never did until she found him in Phoenix, Arizona. Growing up, she thought she was just a sidekick to her brethren until her brother left the North Pole for longer than a weekend. But in her journey, she discovers the tingling that she always felt might be powers to bring holiday joy to all mankind. Will she let this one... I don't know. Why did I mess that one up? To bring holiday joy to all mankind, will she be the one to helm this slide? That one's a stretch. I'm sorry. We are doing 2019's Disney Plus original movie, Noelle.
Yes.
I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad that I didn't know about this movie. I have the hugest crush on Anakin.
I do too. That's why I picked it.
Like, Marvel can still make her Squirrel Girl. It is a possibility. Someone had made a fan art of Anna Kendrick as Squirrel Girl, and I as Colby as our resident former comic book owner guy. Okay, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm pretty sure I spelled squirrel wrong.
I could totally see that.
It's so hot.
A Squirrel Girl in the comic is a little goofy.
Yeah.
She's like a little bit awkward, and that doesn't fit this, but she is kind of a sexy Squirrel Girl.
She's looking for nuts. No, but we're doing the 2019 Disney Plus movie, Noelle. And it's funny. As I was watching, I was like, oh, this is a Disney Plus movie? And then I was like, oh, okay. It kind of I thought it came out in theaters, but I think it was just on stream, right?
Yes. Yeah, just on stream.
Because, the names that are in here they're pretty big, but it also is like, I don't see this in theaters, so.
Right. Yeah. I was just kind of looking for, like I said, looking for stuff I hadn't seen. And I was like, what? And it's her and
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. And I'm like, oh, from Saturday Night Live. And he's in Barry. Barry is like one of my favorite shows that's come out in the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, I heard Barry is like it's like a dark comedy, right?
Dark comedy.
He's like what, an assassin?
Yep.
I think if they had sent Bill Hader to kill me, I was just like, I guess it's just what I deserve.
Yeah, he's like an assassin who's giving up the line of work to become a improv actor.
Yeah. And I was just like, really, Bill Hader?
It is really clever.
Yeah.
It's well done.
But yeah, we also have like Bill Eichner, who is just Billy Eichner in this movie. Shirley MacLaine. She's what's it called, like a starlet. She was a starlet from back in the days, right?
I did not realize that's who that was.
Julie Haggerty. I know she's like in a lot of things I've seen, but it's she's always playing like a mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless we're talking about like let's see how long she's been working. Like in the 90s, she wasn't, but it was the 90s.
This is a small part, but was Michael Gross? Is he the crazy gun toter from the Tremors movies?
Yeah. He was the elf that was constantly eating. This was my favorite part. Before we actually get to talking about our favorite parts in this movie, let's go throughout this movie, right? So we open up with Nick, Santa Claus, coming down the chimney, and we're like, oh, he's coming into somebody's house, and these two kids wake up.
Yep.
And they catch him.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Right. Oh, because they write him a letter.
Yeah.
And he stops to read the letter, and then they catch him.
But lo and behold, we find out that it's actually Santa's children.
Yep.
And Santa gives her daughter Noelle like a lot of like girly things. You know, some clothes,
some magazines.
Some magazines. But for her brother Nick, he gets gifted the crown.
The Santa hat.
Yeah. Well, what is that quote from Spider-Way Far From Home? Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yes. Yep.
But Nick doesn't look too ecstatic. He's like, it doesn't fit. But his sister, who is narrating this whole thing, she is like, she fixes it for him. And she's like, like she talks to her dad. She's like, well, you're Santa, mom's Santa's wife. Nick is going to be the new Santa because in this world, Santa gets passed down.
Right. Yep.
But she's like, but what am I? What am I going to do? And he's like, you're going to be tech support. Basically, right?
Yeah, you're the motivator.
Yeah, the cheerleader, which is like,
yeah, cheerleader. Exactly. That's probably.
But it looks like she didn't like that answer. But who is she to go against her father?
Right.
But we fast forward into the future. We find out that Santa has now passed.
Yep.
And Nick, played by Bill Hader, is now training to be Santa because he passed.
We're coming up on the first year of his run.
Yeah, and he does not look like he's doing a good job.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty obvious he doesn't want the job.
Yeah.
And he is pretty bad at it.
He needs some practice, but Noelle is there trying to support him, trying to be what her father wanted her to be.
Yep.
His cheerleader. That's such a bad way of putting it. It's a long-standing tradition of, a man being Santa.
Right.
Until, they have like a little coffee. Like after Noelle tries to train her brother, they're going through the manual. There's like little things like tap on the chimney 3 times and sing, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." It'll open up. Unfortunately, Nick is claustrophobic. They're trying to go through how to start the sleigh.
Yeah, it's like, they said, well, once you get the tingle, then you'll be able to understand people talking to you in other languages.
Which is a cool power.
Or twinkle?
Yeah, twinkle.
The twinkle.
Yeah, it's the twinkle in the eye.
Yeah.
And, it seems like everything, he's just kind of like, kind of rough on it. We find out that they have a cousin who's played by Billy Eichner.
Right.
He's actually tech support.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, he's the, hey, we could use GPS on the sled and we could.
he's the forward thinking, But, they're having coffee. Obviously, say Nick is having a hot chocolate with some peppermint, crushed peppermint in there.
Yep. Double whipped cream.
Delicious. It
does look good.
Morning drink. But Noelle's like, listen, remember the magazines that Dad used to bring us? Well, you should just, take the weekend off.
Yeah, because if you're so stressed out, you're not going to be able to learn anything, being as wound up as you are. So take a little vacation, a little break,
relax. Warm up, stretch out a little bit. Who knows? Maybe you'll do better when you come back.
Yep.
But a weekend turns into a couple days. And now he's been gone for a full week.
Right. Yep. Yeah. A week later, the sleigh shows back up.
Yes, full of magazines.
Full of magazines, because she said, "Hey, pick me up some new magazines while you're out there."
Yeah, it's travel and leisure,
but with no Nick.
So the town is in a mess. Everyone's like, "Well, we need to find a new man to be Santa Claus."
Yep.
Noelle's 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 nanny. What's her name? Polly.
Yes.
Played by what's her? Oh my gosh.
Oh, because it was
Shirley MacLaine.
Aunt Polly or Elf Polly?
Elf Polly. Aunt is when they're in.
Yes.
Later in the movie, all right. She kind of whispers like, "That's not exactly what it says in the bylaws. It doesn't," meaning like it didn't have to be a man.
Right.
But Billy Eichner, who's playing a Kringle, Gabriel Kringle,
and he also doesn't really want the position.
Oh yeah,
because he is enjoying being tech support. He's the computer nerd. He doesn't want to be on the front lines.
That's a heavy weight on your shoulders, right? But he reluctantly takes it just because he feels like, it's tradition, right? I have to do this. But he is kind of implementing a lot of non-traditional things. We later learned what he actually does. But the whole town is blaming Noelle because you're the one you're supposed to be supporting your brother.
Right. And you told him to leave. And she's like, just for the weekend. He left because you made him.
Because they know that he listens to everything she says.
Right.
Right? She's like, like the dark confidant. Yes. So the whole time right now she's sulking because the whole town hates her. She's not getting her Kringle discount because that's not for the cousins of Santa Claus.
Right. Direct family only.
Yeah. And Polly is like, listen, you need to learn how to clean up your messes. All right, you're always so jolly and all this stuff, but that's because you always have someone picking up after you.
Right.
Which, to be fair, she grew up like a princess.
Totally, yeah. You're the daughter of Santa Claus. You're royalty. Yeah. In fact, a couple times they call her princess. Hey, Princess Polly.
Yeah. No, that's the Polly is the other girl. Her
oh, you're right.
Princess Noelle.
Princess Noelle, yeah.
But she's tired of it. She actually looks through the magazines that her brother bought, and she's like, "What?" And then she finds out that he's in Arizona because they serve the best hot chocolate and peppermint candy drink. And so she makes a plan. She's like, "Polly, you have to come with me because you're supposed to keep me safe." It's a little bratty, but okay. And
throughout this, she has a little baby reindeer,
Snowdrop,
that she's been kind of training, and it always seems like she starts a song and like a Disney princess would start a song, and then all of a sudden like the singing squirrels or the birds would come in. She always tries to start the song, and then she's like waiting, and then she's like get over here, and it comes.
This is supposed to be our song.
This reindeer comes running out of a tree or something.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, and she has to leave Snowdrop behind because he's still a baby.
Yep.
You can't have you yet. You're still a baby. And so they start going for Phoenix, Arizona, and they end up crashing into a outlet. The Desert Market Outlet or whatever it's called.
Yep.
And what's it called? The mall manager comes. She's like, "Oh my god! Like we're gonna have someone tried this stunt apparently 2 months ago." So maybe time is different in the North Pole. Because for them it's only been like a week or something.
Right.
That's how they're able. That's how they're able to make all those gifts. All right, time has to be different in the North Pole. But she knows like, okay, we're hot on this trail.
Oh no! It was supposed she was talking about the brother.
Yeah,
she didn't realize it, but it was the brother who came.
Yeah,
but it was like, yeah.
Remember, she said someone tried this stunt 2 months ago.
Oh, so maybe it was that long.
Oh yeah, we never.
I guess maybe like we don't really know the timeline.
Yeah,
they just start to get worried that he's missing, and then like
no, because then they said like Christmas is like a specific time away. he's like, when he leaves, I don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the time, let's not get boggled down to time stuff, right? I just figured, I was like, oh, maybe time works different there. But, yeah, and so, the mall manager is like freaking out, but the manager from Petco's like, this is a wonderful idea. People keep trying to buy reindeer food. I just keep giving them birdseed food.
Everybody wants to feed the reindeer.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, they love birdseeds. That's why. And so they're able to kind of park their reindeer there. And what's it called? Noelle, she tries to go out into Phoenix, Arizona,
right,
and try to look for her brother on foot. Funny enough, though, it's winter in Phoenix. It's not too cold. So she kind of looks kind of goofy, but she's walking around. She picks up a drink off of a waitress's thing. Doesn't realize that it's I think a tequila sunrise.
Yep.
And she's like, "Oh no, please, nobody drink that. There's something wrong with it." But in my mind, I was like, "Give me that drink." Oh, Anna Kendrick spat in that drink. Give it to me.
Right, because she's used to the little tiny town in the North Pole where everybody's super polite and like they just handing out drinks and they're everybody you're like, hey, I need this, and they're just like, of course,
yeah, of course, Miss Kringle.
Yeah.
She actually finds one of those December Santa Clauses, but it has shorts on. She's like, it is a great responsibility to wear the clothes. You have to put pants on. She goes to a Santa Claus training center.
Right, because she's like, okay, maybe Santa Claus went to a Santa Claus training center.
Right, and they're like, no, we don't deploy those cheap suits. She's like, oh my god. And so she's kind of at her wit's end, right? Until she sees an advertisement for a private detective.
Yep.
So she goes there, and the private detective comes out, and he's like, hey, it's better to know that your brother stole all your money, right? He's like, no, it's not. And she meets up with him. She's like, hey, I'm looking for my brother. But he's kind of a pessimist. You know, he's like, Noelle's like, you're kind of a half stockings empty kind of guy. He's like, if you do what I do, you would be too.
Yeah.
But, he's like, hey, look, it's going to be $150 a day if you want me to try to look for your brother. And she tries to pay him in coins, which, I mean, they clank like real coins. And it is real gold, but in the middle of it is chocolate. Never non-expiring chocolate.
I guess you've wrapped chocolate in gold and it lasts forever.
But she follows him outside. She's like, come on, please, can you help us? And he's like, do you have a phone? And, she's rattling off all these, like, Christmas things. So just imagine throughout this whole explanation that Noelle is constantly talking about how she's from the North Pole.
Yep.
Without saying it, weirdly enough.
Right, because when she leaves... Polly was like, you can't tell anybody that you're related to Santa Claus. You can't tell anybody who you really are.
Yeah. A little slide to Canada later on, though. But she's able to look at, like, he's like, oh, my phone is dead. I'm trying to pick up my kid. And she looks at somebody. She's like, that guy's nice. He'll let you do it.
Right. Because she's like, just borrow a phone from somebody. And he's like, we're in the real world where nobody's going to let me borrow their phone.
And the first person he asks, he's like, I don't want your germs. But they're able to find somebody. And so, like, because of that, I forgot what his name is. The detective is like, all right, here, give me a phone. Give me your brother's picture and everything. Jake. He's like, yeah, give me his picture and then come back tomorrow with some actual money. So later on, she does end up showing up tomorrow morning. I think the son is there.
Right. His
son. And...
Yeah, because that's why he needed the phone, because he was running late to pick up his son from his ex-wife.
Yeah. She does, like, after they do split up, she goes back to the marketplace, and she's like, hey, I need $150. The Petco guy kind of keeps saving her. Yeah. He's like, why don't you just chop off some churros and then call them reindeer treats? And he's like, oh my God, you have so many good ideas, mall manager. And the mall manager is smitten with the Petco manager.
Oh, absolutely in love.
She wants it. So they let him stay and like, listen, I can't give you $150, but I can give you $150 in buying credit.
Yes.
So she ends up showing up with a whole bunch of gifts. He's like, is that the new Madden? like a true man. And Noelle's able to connect with her son. He's like, oh, what's that food? It's like, it's not very good, but I don't want to hurt my dad's feelings.
Yeah.
But they're able to connect. She's able to connect with him pretty easily. And so the first place that they do check out is the homeless shelter, because he had already called the morgue, the police station, hospitals, and all that stuff. So maybe he's at the homeless shelter. So they go over there, and Noelle is again able to connect with with a girl who is deaf.
Yeah, and she speaks with her to her in sign language, and they're like, "How did you know sign language?"
I don't know.
It's just something I picked up.
Yeah, and it's funny, throughout this whole movie, she kind of seems like she's denying it.
Right.
But she's like able to do the things that they were kind of training with Bill Hader at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And so, all of a sudden, Noelle is able to get the idea that maybe he's at a yoga studio. Because, not her getting the idea. The detective is able to find like a flyer.
Right.
For a yoga studio that's being taught by Nick K. And who else?
Right, because there was a lady who she was like, "Oh, I like your pants," and she's like, "They're not pants."
Oh yeah, because she was about to have a heat stroke.
Yoga pants.
And she's like, "All right, fine. Yeah, they're nice yogurt pants. Why does everyone keep asking about yogurt pants?" It's fun. Throughout this whole movie, like Anna Kendrick is able to portray like this, like kind of adorable naivety to the real world.
Yeah, she pulls it off really well without being as extreme as like Elf was.
Oh, as Will Ferrell is, yeah. I like Anna Kendrick has like amazing comedic timing.
Yeah,
she's I don't know who to compare her to from like back then, but or maybe she's just Anna Kendrick, amazing comedian.
Right.
But Jack is able to drive her there. Before they leave, he gives her some suntan lotion. And she like she licks it a little bit. She's like, oh my God, it smells so delicious. Why would they make it like this?
And he's like, well, you're out in the sun and your face is just getting so red. Because she's from the North Pole where it's always cold and dark.
It's so funny too, because like his son at the earlier is like, where are you from? She's like, up north, like Canada. She's like, oh, Canada wishes. But she's able to meet up with Bill Hader, who is now teaching a yoga class.
Yep.
And Bill Hader's like, dude, I've never been happy trying to be Santa.
Right.
It's just not for me. I'm sorry. I can't go back with you. It's just not going to happen. And so she kind of like is sad about it. She goes back to the marketplace, but then now Snowdrop is there with a letter from her mother.
Right.
Another phoning moment, because she like her mother is like, you're a disappointment. And she's like, oh, okay, let me skip over. Okay, you're disrespectful. Okay. She's like, you have to do whatever you can to bring your brother back, because your cousin is trying to make all these gifts go to Amazon Prime. And he has deemed that only 2,000 plus kids are worthy of a gift.
Yes, because I can't remember what it stands for, but it was the fa-la-la.
Yeah, it's like some sort of algorithm system.
To find out what kids did bad things throughout the year so that they're alleviated from getting presents. So he's like, I don't know why Santa was delivering to so many kids, because the fa-la-la system shows that only like 2,800 kids actually deserve presents.
Yeah, like, oh, this kid doesn't brush his teeth. This one doesn't make his bed. This one doesn't do their homework all the time. And yeah, he's like, all right, we're just going to Amazon Prime everything.
Yeah, we just have drones deliver things.
The future. Oh, man. So, again, she's able to find Bill Hader, who is now at a yoga retreat.
Yeah.
And she's trying, sorry, I forgot to mention, during the argument, though, when she first finds Bill Hader, she's like, Bill Hader's like, you don't care about me. You're mad about your Christmas. You're mad that everyone's mad at you. This is all about you.
Right. Which is, you don't really think about it till he says that. And then you're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, sure. Everybody's like sad that Christmas isn't happening, but she's doing it because she doesn't want everybody to be mad at her.
Yeah, like you're worried about how this affects you.
Right. And the critical discount.
Like, you don't care. You never asked me if I wanted this. Like, everyone just expected me to do this. I don't want to do this. I want to do yoga.
Yep.
He wants to be a yogi and not the bear kind. But she finds him at the silent retreat and she's trying to, she's like, I'm sorry. Like, and she does like, the whole typical movie apology.
Right.
And then after, like, she's like, listen, like, we'll be here till morning or something like that. Like, I'll see you later. What's called Noelle also goes again to see Jack and her kid and his kid.
Yep.
And, she promises the kid, like, you'll get the Christmas you want. But, like, the kid, like, she had asked him prior, but he was never able to say it.
Right, yeah.
And during that time, she's like, you're going to get the Christmas you want. Don't worry. And then they go back, morning hits again, and, Nick does come to the marketplace because of his sister's heartfelt apology.
Right.
But then she goes on to like force him to like, listen, just try to be
right. Be the mall Santa for the day. And once you see how happy all these kids are that you're Santa, you'll just like, you'll want to do this forever.
Yeah. And so the first kid that steps onto, or like kind of sits on his lap is, I believe, speaking Punjabi, which is like the Indian language, but she's translating it all.
Yeah.
She's like, he wants his cousin for Christmas. He wants his cousin to move with them to Arizona. That's the gift that he wants. And like, more kids keep coming. And then
there's the running joke that everybody wants an iPad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everybody's like, I want this and an iPad.
Yeah. There was one mean girl and she's able to discern, like, you're a mean girl. You're not going to get anything for Christmas. Well, she doesn't say it like that.
Because you made fun of Sally's lisp.
Yeah. And her mom was like, Sally is your best friend. You have to stop making fun of her for it. Like, she does have a lisp. And then obviously the real mall Santa comes and they start to fight. He's like, I'm certified. I didn't know you had to get certified as a Christmas. I guess to weed out
especially nowadays. Yes. Yeah, you gotta get a Santa license.
I'm surprised that we haven't stopped the whole kid on the lap thing. The more
right.
woke everyone's like, hey, how about you just stand next to Santa? But then she gets arrested and then they hospitalize her because she keeps saying things about the North Pole. Santa or Nick tries to bribe. He's like, I'll get you whatever you want, buddy, straight from the warehouse. What do you want, huh? Some sort of My Little Pony place. He's like, I don't even have kids.
With all the accessories.
And then when he's like, I don't even have kids.
But it comes across totally like, I fence things, stolen things, and you tell me what you need, and I'll get you hooked up.
Yeah, but the guy's like, I don't even have a kid. And then Polly looks, she's like, not a surprise. Oh man! And then we see Jake and his kid having dinner.
Yep.
And this is touched upon earlier, but like Noelle's like, why don't you get him some kitchen knives or this and that? And she's like, I don't even know if he likes cooking. And then when they're having dinner, he's like, Dad, it doesn't need more salt.
Yeah, there's not enough salt in the salt shaker to make this taste any better.
And he's like, you have to stop doing this and that. And if you toast the buns, you get a crunch on every bite. And he's like, you like cooking? He's like, I mean, kind of. And he's like, oh, man. I'm sorry. Like, I'm kind of getting it mixed up, but like earlier... He does like see Noelle and he's like, did you promise my son that he'd have the Christmas he wants?
Right.
And she's like, yeah, of course you guys are going to go to that little Chinese restaurant, get your spring rolls. And
the red and green Christmas spring rolls.
And he's like, why would you promise that? Like, I already told you me and my ex-wife don't get along. And You know, so he's like super sad about it. But Polly does come to him later, shows off her like her elf ears, and he's like, "Whoa, lady, you got to get that shit." He's a skeptic, and he's just like, but she's like, all right, you don't believe her, but like, do you believe in love, sorrow?
Right. He's like, I don't believe in Christmas because I can't see it.
Yeah, and she names all these things that like that are things, but they're just not like tangible. You can't see them.
Right.
And so we later see a therapist talking to Noelle. And it's funny because she's rattling off like her past patients. Like there's this one guy that believes he's the tooth fairy, and he's like, "Oh man, some nut jobs."
Yeah, these guys are crazy.
There's one guy he says he's cousins with Jack Frost. He's like, "Jack's here." He won't even go inside. It's something about fireplaces. But a cop comes and he's like, "Hey, there's somebody here that has to see her." And all that stuff, and they're able to escape because Polly and Nick are in the sled and dash away back to Christmas.
Right.
And this is the first time that Jack is like, holy crap, because this is the first time he gets to see it.
Right. Because when he's trying to rescue her, she's like, you finally believe me? He's like, I don't believe you, but I believe that you believe, and that's enough.
And she's like, yeah, I know. Like, you know, it's like, oh, there's the sleigh. Obviously, the sleigh. I mean, it's 11 floors up, but... And she's like totally like...
Right, she's like, it's my sleigh. It's been here the whole time. Yeah. You know, sure, it's 11 floors up, but you've seen it. Why does that surprise you?
But they're able to make it back to the North Pole. And the movie's not too... Like, it's long, but it doesn't drag. Because they really could have dragged on this part where like, oh, a woman can't be Santa.
Yep.
But the elder high elf is like, well, I actually checked the bylaws and nothing says that Santa can't be a woman.
Right, because he's kind of looking through the bylaws because he's like, we can't have a Santa like drop shipping things. Yeah, Santa doesn't deliver Amazon Prime. So we got to find a way to get him out of here.
And Nick is like, I don't want to be Santa, but there's a Santa in here.
Yeah.
And he points to Noelle and he's like, you have the twinkle.
Yeah.
You know, you can understand you have these, but she's like, I can't be Santa. And he's like, yes, you can. You can do it, you know? Probably one of the first times he's able to back her up onto something.
Right.
It's funny because, like, you know, early in the police station, he's like, she used to beat me up all the time for fun. Yeah, can you just let her out, please? And the elder elf is like, if she can inspire us, then she can be Santa. And so she rattles off the things that she was able to see in the real world, how, you know, Christmas time is generally a happy time, but it's also a reminder for people that don't have homes, that don't have families, that are lonely.
Right.
And like, I want to be able to do something for them too, to kind of reignite that, maybe give them hope.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you right now, folks, hope is the most dangerous emotion you could have. Once you accept the reality. But so they're like, fine, yes, you can be, because everyone's tearing up. So they kind of get her ready for the sled, but the suit's kind of too big for her. Yeah. But something that her dad had said to Nick, it'll fit you when you're ready.
When you fit it.
Yeah, when you fit it. And so the mother rattles off the same thing. Very Spider-Man-ish, but, you know, whatever.
Right, yeah.
She's like, it'll fit when you know. Say it again.
The suit will fit you when you fit the suit.
Yeah. And so she's like delivering packages. She's getting attacked by dogs. There's like laser systems. But she also visits the homeless shelter in Arizona. And everybody's like, oh, well.
She gets lost in Mrs. Grease.
Yeah. Oh, one of her worries before she takes off is like, what if a kid wakes up and tells me that I'm not.
Right,
I can't be Santa.
Yeah, and the first little German kid's like, French. French. You're not Santa. Santa's not a woman.
But when she gets to the homeless shelter, they all recognize her, and they're calling her Santa, and you know, and she's just her heart warms.
Yep.
It's the boost she needed, the confidence that she needed. And so after she drops off the gifts, she goes out, and then the suit like magically fits her.
Yep.
I thought it was going to be kind of cool if like they gave like, you know, because she has magic, obviously. But if like she's all like, you know, she stomps her foot and everyone goes back to sleep. Because I was like, no, I'm not going back to sleep. Hold on.
Right.
But after that, she's able to fulfill the rest of her deliveries without any issues.
Right. And then she even turns around and goes back and
Gets Jack.
Grease.
Yeah. Gets Chris. But she also gets Jack and brings him to his son.
Yeah.
To have, you know, she's like telling him like, listen, traditions change, but tradition is just the wrapping paper to the moments that you have with your family.
Right.
You know,
do you want to spend the Christmas with your son?
Yeah.
Then this is the way you do it.
And he's like, yeah, like, you know, that's Christmas, me spending it with my son. And I was kind of hoping they ended up together. Maybe they do. Maybe there'll be a number 2. I don't know. I don't think.
Right, because he does kind of be like, am I going to see you again?
Yeah,
and
like,
she's like,
December 24th.
every 24th.
But Noelle, how does Santa have kids? You know, you get.
It's true.
I know you don't want to end up in Arizona, but. But you know, you get enough of those chocolate covered coins. You can get a nice house somewhere up north.
Right.
But yeah, and so everything kind of works out for the best. Santa starts his little yoga center in the North Pole. Gabriel is able to run the tech squad like how he wanted to. And Noelle is able to just be a great Santa Claus. And one of her like lines at the end is like, you know, I gotten so used to getting gifts that like I didn't know how good it felt to give the gifts.
Right. Yeah, because she always said that like a number of times in their movies. Like, my favorite thing about Christmas is getting gifts.
Yeah. And then it ends off with a little twinkle in her eye.
Yep.
Oh, man. All right, let's go to our other section, everybody. We got the high star and the low star.
So we got only an 8 out of 10, but we got an 8 out of 10. Lighthearted and fun. I was excited for Noelle despite the reviews, and after watching it, I still don't understand all the ridiculous critical reviews. This is a Disney movie targeted for kids, for goodness sake. The plot, to me, is a mix between Elf and the Santa Claus, and it honestly is better than most of the Christmas movies on the Hallmark Channel. It is a lighthearted, fun movie. I love the movie, and I love what the movie conveys, even though most of the negative reviews are based around the fact that it's too feminist. Yeah. The movie is showing young girls that their capabilities are endless, and that being a girl shouldn't hold them back from doing whatever they want. The fact that so many people take issue to this is sad and ridiculous.
I agree. I agree.
I do, yeah.
Unlike our, like, you know, like, I don't agree with our 3 out of 10. Blah, humbug. Hollywood gives us another woke Christmas. I get it. White man bad, incompetent, good girl. girl good. Can we produce a movie that isn't this woke? Even in the thriller and mystery genres, I know who the bad guy is. It's the white male best friend. Every time I roll. He didn't put that, but I'm figuring that's what he's doing. So with that in mind, your kids will probably enjoy this movie and have the narrative enforce that men are bad and incompetent and women are superior. If we are in a patriarchy, the men are doing it very badly. Lol. Oh, that guy's an Andrew Tate fan. Listen, honestly, like, I just want to talk about that bad review real quick. Honestly, yes, you know, from the beginning of the movie, you could tell that Noelle was probably supposed to be the one that's supposed to be the new Kris Kringle, right?
Right.
And I knew that this movie was going to be more like towards like, yeah, like it's going to show like, but I don't think it felt forced upon you,
right?
You know, and I think I think what was great about it is it kind of shows the dynamics of like growing up when people are telling you to be a certain way. And how that how that kind of hinders you in the future, because you're like, well, I've been told I have to be this, so I'm going to do this, even though you have the capability of being greater than that.
Right.
And I think this movie kind of did it like very subtly. Like it doesn't force it in your face, you know. But we get little glimpses, right, of her being able to have the Santa Claus powers.
Right. Yep.
But the whole time she's kind of doubting herself. She's like, "No, this isn't my role," and it doesn't feel forced. I don't. How do you feel about it?
Agreed. I totally. When the movie finished, I was like, I know people are going to say stuff about this movie because they made Santa a woman, you know, at the end. But like if you look at it that way, it's like you also had a man who was being forced into this role of Santa Claus who left like the ultimate dream job to find something he was happier with, and you're going to hold that against him to force his like sister to do it instead. Because of that, it wasn't like she was just better than him, so she took it over.
No,
it wasn't like, oh, he's an inept man. He was this guy who was being forced to do something he didn't want to do, and he was like, I found being a yoga instructor is, you know, gives me inner peace.
Yeah,
and
namaste.
That's what I truly want to do. So
yeah.
So I like you said, I don't feel like it was forced. It flowed really, really well.
Yeah, and there was no bad person in this whole movie. Like everyone was kind of just trying to do the things that they wanted to do their way. Right. There was no really. It was like not a movie with the only antagonist is just like tradition, honestly. Because like, you know, with Jake, with their issues, it mirrors also the issue with Jake. How like he's like, you know, he wanted things to stay the same, but sometimes things have to change.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and I'm super glad that we didn't get that whole like, oh, Santa can't be a woman. Her period will get in. Oh,
jeez, yeah. Right, and they didn't make a big deal about that. It was just like traditionally she hasn't been, but now that we look at it, there's no reason why she can't be.
Yeah, and it didn't, you know, feel forced.
And the tradition of having a Santa deliver gifts was a much stronger tradition that they wanted to keep than
the drones,
than having Santa be a man or a woman.
Yeah. Yeah, so none of that actually really fell forest. Like, you know, I don't understand. There was no white man bad.
Right.
So white man just wanted to follow his heart and
yeah.
You know, and Noelle wasn't exactly a good girl. She was kind of selfish. So that guy, I mean, at least he understood that this was for kids, but he was like, oh, but the message that they're giving children is that men are inadequate. Andrew Tate. Before he was even famous. Oh, God. I can't imagine the guy's thoughts when Andrew Tate did get TikTok famous. He's like, oh, my liege. Obviously, like, Bill Hader and Anna Kendrick are amazing, like, in their comedic points in here.
Yeah.
Like, the fight between them, too, it kind of felt like a fight between real siblings.
It did. Yep.
Oh man, it was so good. Everything else in between was kind of just like it did. That's why I knew it was like this movie was just made for streaming, cause like, you know, it was really just to get Nick back to the North Pole.
Yeah.
What did you think about this movie, Colby? Like, what were your, you know?
I thought it was super cute. I would definitely watch this. This would add to this like Christmas rotation. We always record these a little bit early, so we're not really like in the heat of the Christmas season quite yet. But yeah, no, I'll watch this again this year. Make the family watch this. I think they would definitely enjoy this.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I did wish is I wish we had a little bit more Bill Hader in it.
So, okay. See, mine was the one thing I do wish is I wish we got one full Kendrick song. Oh, because she's got a great voice. And I mean, yeah.
I think she's a Tony winner.
A number of times she's tried to start that song and then like the little reindeer didn't show up and then so that didn't start. And I wanted at some place, even if it was like in the final credits, for that song to finally come out.
Yeah, I what's going when she first opened up the window and she's like, oh. I was like, oh, whoa. I was like, okay.
Right, yep.
Because when I saw Anna Kendrick, I was like, oh, are they going to sing in this? Because, you know, I believe she's a Tony winner.
Right.
You know, because I think she's been like performing since she was a kid.
Yeah, and then she
Broadway.
she was so much of the variety in like the Pitch Perfect movies.
Oh, yeah. Do you think because she started out like doing Broadway that she's like just way more well adjusted? Oh, I guess like the social media aspect kind of has something to do with that. Like it wasn't so prevalent back then.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I completely love all of Anna Kendrick's like singing like movies. There's one too that was like her and a boyfriend who's like Jamie's da-na-da-na-na, whatever. That one wasn't that great, but I watched it because of it. Like, her singing is amazing as always. You could also tell that like, you know, she's more of a Broadway singer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Versus other things. But
well, which would work perfect in a Disney
this
movie.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, a lot of good moments with this movie. Is you know, all I really wish is Bill Hader. Bill Hader is just always amazing every time I see him on screen.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember him in the second movie of It?
Yes.
And
that so surprised me that they picked him to be in that movie, and then he did such a good job.
It was Finn Wolfhard that asked, "Can we have Bill Hader be me in the future?"
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's how he got that role. I don't even think he auditioned for it. I think he just... I mean, Bill Hader is already a big name. I still think they do auditions just to do, like chemistry tests and all that stuff. But, like, I think Finn Wolfhard was like, no, it has to be Bill Hader. I can see Bill Hader as me in the future.
That's awesome.
I know. I wish just to be able to handpick somebody.
And then we kind of skipped over... so we talked about the little baby reindeer at the end when she becomes Santa Claus, and then like the reindeers aren't really like listening to her, and she gets her little baby reindeer to lead the sleigh.
Oh no, that they weren't not listening to her because every time she said on Dasher, you know, they would do the little antler lock in.
Right.
Dasher, you know, come on, it's a hierarchy. How are you gonna have Snowdrop lead? I've been doing this for 1,000 years, little lady. But I think it was Snowdrop.
I thought that was a cute part too.
Well, no, Snowdrop was the one that looked at Dasher like, "Come on, man, like, come on, we gotta go." And he's like,
and he's running, and all the reindeers are just looking at him.
Yeah. But Dasher was like, all right, fine, let's go.
Yeah.
Because, you know, even though Anna Kendrick is Santa Claus, it's like, you know, I feel some type of way too, you know? It's like if you're working at a place and then they hire somebody new at a higher pay grade, you're like, I don't like that.
Right.
Oh man, but that was cool. I like that. I like the whole little moment with it was funny, like the funny parts with the reindeer at the outlet center.
Yeah. Because it was like a cute little puppy, but they didn't overuse it.
Yeah.
It was like a little sprinkle of cute puppy here, it's right here. A little sprinkle of cute reindeer here, but like they didn't baby Groot him into like every scene.
All right. No, yeah, and then the reindeer at the outlet, they're just like, one of them has like sunglasses on.
Stealing people's popcorn and ice cream.
And cotton candy. Those are like great moments. I feel like the only like maybe negative thing I have to say is like because they're so busy just trying to get Nick that like we didn't get some time with Polly, we didn't get a little bit more time with Jake and his son. Mm-hmm. So like even though it was an hour and 40, it kind of felt like an hour and 20.
Yeah, it went quick.
And I think that's like one of the only negative things I have to say about it. I will, you know, like I said, you know what have really padded that time? A singing number.
That's right.
Or two. You know what I'm saying? A little romance. I feel like there was a little connection between Jack and Noelle.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a Christmas movie, so like it's easy to make them sing a Christmas song. It doesn't have to be like a Broadway number.
Yeah. You know, a little something, just a little tiny.
Right. Yeah.
Were you kind of disappointed that there was no singing
Like I
number?
said, that was to me that was the one thing that I wish she would have sung a Christmas song. Yeah.
Because it feels like, if they had ended it with the Christmas song, that would have felt really right.
Yeah.
But they did have like a choir singing
and
throughout.
I did enjoy that. They could have expanded that to do, because they did like maybe
intermissions.
maybe 2 or 3 songs. They did. If they would have done that as like 5 songs, that probably would have filled enough music for me.
Like, I think a good way they could have done that is like during like little lulls in the movie, they could have sung what was happening,
Right? Kind of
or like what will happen.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a really great way to pad it out. But I don't think this movie is going to get a sequel. I think it was just like a one-off.
Right.
Which, I mean, sometimes that's like the blessing, is like not having too many sequels, because I think Santa Claus had like 3 or 4.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you get something like this and you're just like, that's enough. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to.
It doesn't need a second one, unless the second one is all singing. Which I think could be perfect. You have Anna Kendrick. She is a little tiny singing machine.
That is true. Yeah.
I think I still have a shot. We need to hurry up and get famous so I can shoot my shot with Anna Kendrick. I heard she eats Taco Bell at 2 a.m. in the parking lot.
Oh, that is all you.
Oh man, but hey, we're coming up to our hour. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Make sure to check everything else below. We do have different months that you guys might enjoy. Check that out.
Themed out.
Yeah,
Obviously, like, Halloween is horror, Christmas is Christmas.
Yeah.
Or December is Christmas.
Yeah. But since this is your first time joining us, let's introduce to you how we do our reviews. We have Stream It, DVD it, Blu-ray it, and the Ultimate Holiday Collection.
Yeah, no, this I make a holiday collection out of the 4 movies, this Christmas movies.
It's always so easy.
I would pick that up. That would be yeah.
Oh man, I would love this like as a Blu-ray, just to see if there's any like other things in it. I feel like there's a lot of blooper scenes especially with Bill Hader and Anna Kendrick on set.
Right.
There has to be a
Making
whole
them
bunch
each other laugh. Yeah.
or pranking each other, whatever. Something that could be that could showcase just like how great, like I feel like the chemistry was on set. Maybe they have a couple second numbers on the Blu-ray. And that would make it even more worth it.
You have the little group that was doing like sing the whole like yeah.
Like a whole like 10 track of just like Christmas songs.
Yep.
Like come on, like you guys didn't even use the Noelle song.
It's right. That's just, it's a disappointment that they missed that. Right. Like it's good. The name is there.
Yeah, it's all there for you guys.
Yeah,
it was kind of
a joke that writes itself.
It was kind of great to see Anna Kendrick at the end where she had like the Santa suit on, but it was like just the pants, but then she had the what's it called, the freaking suspenders, and then the thermal shirt underneath. I was like, it's so hot. I'll be your little elf. Oh man, but thank you guys for joining us. Hope you join us next year for a whole year more of underrated films.
Yeah, because we're going to keep doing this. We're just going to keep pushing them in your face until you love us.
And then we'll also check out our YouTube channel, our WWT commentary, where we do more up-to-date things, shows, movies that are like playing now.
Yeah.
And make sure to check that down below or with our Amazon affiliate links. New year, maybe a new restaurant. I don't know.
Yeah, like all of our socials are down below. Like them and love them and share them and follow us. It's the easiest way. Send us recommendations.
Yeah. Hopefully Twitter's still alive next year.
Out.
I keep saying, did you see that? Everyone keeps saying Twitter is, I think, dead or something like that.
It's the fall before the rebirth. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh man, but yeah, make sure to do all that, guys. My name is Barry.
This is Goey.
And this is Who Watches This. Make sure to check out who does our theme music. It is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on her album Movies for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Merry Christmas!
Happy New Year.